Very cool. Okay, interview with Max Brooks. Up there? Okay. Your new story in this anthology. Where did this come from? What led up to it?
And this is mainly just a fear of the living dead. Just wanted to explore it further. I wanted to see sort of how these people would react in a post-zombie world. This story sort of takes place in a post-war. Because, you know, there's just as much suffering and misery that happens in a post-war world as in the actual combat. I'm sure if you'd wandered the streets of Europe in 1945, you'd probably agree with me.
Is that when it takes place?
No. Okay. It takes place after the zombie war. 1945 is after World War II.
It's kind of a spin-off of World War Z?
Yes, after World War Z. Okay. It's within the World War Z world.
Gotcha. Very cool. Okay.
I think so.
Any of the continuing characters?
Nope. No, it's all, well, I mean, there's, you know, the narrator guy.
Okay.
No, none of the other guys.
Which is you?
No, which is John Cryer.
Gotcha. Okay. Oh, that's right. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. What was the first real piece of literature that you wrote? Could have been on SNL or...
When you say literature, that's a very broad term.
I know.
How do you define literature, and I'll give you an answer.
Just run with it. I mean, what did you feel good about that might have been published?
So, all right. So, criteria number 1 had to have been published.
Okay.
All right. Criteria number 2, I had to like it.
Gave you that warm feeling.
All right. Many years ago, it was 97, 98, my first writing gig was to write content for the website of Fandango.com. And I came up with the idea of doing trivia questions. So I came up with the idea of writing, how do you feel about teen movies? This is when teen movies were popular. And I gave them 3 different answers, A, B, or C. One was, love them, keep them coming. Number 2 was, don't care much for them. Number 3 was, anyone under 30 should be put behind barbed wire. Now, that draft didn't make it into the original website of Fandango.com. However, I was extremely proud of it.
Very
and that
cool.
to me was literature.
Okay, very good. Who's your favorite author?
Michelle Colas. Yeah, I think she's brilliant. She has an ability to really get into darkness and misery without sort of the things that I do. Nobody comes out of the swamp and gets shot in the head. You know what I mean? And yet it's just as much sadness. So yeah, Michelle Colas.
Cool. What's your favorite book?
That is an excellent question. My favorite book, it depends on which one you're talking about. You know, if I wanna talk about the end of the baby boomer's dream, it's Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
All right, very good.
If I want a realistic war book of a war that never happened, I would want Red Storm Rising. If I wanted a positive view of the baby boomers, sort of before Hunter S. Thompson, it'd be On the Road by Jack Kerouac.
Very good.
So I mean, it's sort of different books for different things.
Okay, I got you. Kind of mood books, I guess.
Yeah, that's exactly. That's my different.
The kind of books that you might pull out at a certain time during the year because you're feeling a certain way.
Exactly.
Right? You probably read all these books several times.
Yeah.
Very cool. Okay. Talking about the Zombie Survival Guide, what was the hardest part in writing the Zombie Survival Guide?
Hardest part of Zombie Survival Guide was the homework, because I wanted it to be real.
Research.
Yeah. I mean, once I was writing, that was the easy part. I just scribble. But to get it right, because I knew that I would have to answer to myself if something was wrong, if I had screwed up. So when I recommend the AK-47 as a more reliable weapon than the M16, I know what I'm talking about.
Okay. You did your homework, that's for sure.
I mean, actually, in that instance, I cheated, because in ROTC I had a chance to work with the M16, and it is a POS.
Okay. Over the past few years in writing your books, have you learned anything you may want to share with people or aspiring writers?
Yeah. The only way to fail as a writer is to write something that you don't believe in, but you hope your audience will. Because then if they don't believe in it, and you don't believe in it, then you've just wasted your time, and that's a failure. But if you love it, and they don't, fuck them. It's got one good fan. And that's where it's got to start with.
Right on.